Welcome to Past, Present, and Future. I'm Andrew, high school student in the Silicon Valley. With everything going on right now, we all agree that we are living in a strange and difficult world with countless problems all around us. For example, we saw peak anti-Asian racism during COVID-19, police violence and lack of accountability, American expansion and interventions around the globe, and Chinese expansion in Taiwan and Hong Kong putting us on the brink of a US-China conflict. These are complex issues, and in order to analyze them, we need to look a bit deeper to understand why they occur. Today, we are discussing the significance of looking at modern events through the past. We can trace anti-Asian racism to the rhetoric used to attack and assign blame to Asian cultures during COVID-19. Phrases like Chinese virus and Kung flu aim to associate Asian culture and people with the virus. Kung fu has absolutely nothing to do with coronavirus. Associating it with coronavirus demonizes all aspects of China. That reveals itself in xenophobia and public hatred of all things Asian. Police brutality can be seen as the product of the historical view of police as the righteous and brave heroes of movies, books, and our real lives. They break the law in enforcing the law. That's okay, because they were just intending to catch an evil criminal. In the movies, they succeed and happily ever after. Contrast that against the portrayal of a black man in America. Brutish and lazy, the antithesis of the Western understanding of good and evil. Think of the number of books and movies where a black man is the bad guy. That translates to our real lives. Think of the emotions we feel when faced with an African American. Even professors and professionals. It becomes their responsibility to make us feel comfortable, because we come in with an assumption of distrust. When we unconsciously look at the world through this lens, we inevitably justify police brutality and unaccountability. These cultural influences and historical influences are at the root of the way we know things to be true. It is only after we analyze and understand these influences that we can hope to see things fairly. American interventionism throughout the world is a product of American colonization. Think about the concept of manifest destiny, the idea that Americans had a God-given right to expand to the West, and American Indians were dangerous savages had a God-given duty to leave their lands and die in that process. Fast forward a few hundred years, and in 1954, America was the backbone of a military coup in Guatemala. 1964, Brazilian President Goulart is overthrown and the U.S. installs a military government. In 1965, 1 year later, America lands in the Dominican Republic to intervene in a civil war. In 1989, the U.S. invades Panama. What has that intervention transformed into today? People say that, quote, America is the police of the world. The Middle East, South America, Africa, all failed states with dangerous terrorists. We have a right to invade their land and civilize them. When the President of the United States calls Haiti and African countries shitholes, we forget the common humanity that binds all people together. We dehumanize them. With that, we ignore the loss of their lives as U.S. drone strikes kill and injure thousands in the Middle East, as U.S. interventions have led to crippling poverty in South America and Africa. And then we go back and blame these governments for their crippling poverty and hatred for America. That justifies further interventions. Larger intangible ideas ingrained to our culture, both historically and modern, set the stage for the modern physical events and problems we see today. No action occurs in a vacuum. There is a reason why things happen. Knowing that underlying background is crucial for our understanding of the modern world today. That is the significance of studying history. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested, please subscribe and turn on your notifications to watch future videos as we dive into the specific historical ideas and events and connect them like dots with how we perceive things in the modern day.